Alright, welcome back to Let's Play Crusader Kings 2 Saxony. Now, I wanted to go over a few of the things that are going on here. We've got a new High Chief down here in Bohemia, I've noticed, which means I don't have a truce with him, which means I can attack him immediately. Whether I want to do that is not really... Well, I do want to do that, absolutely. And there's no question. These two guys I have a truce with until next year. I think this guy's still the same. So... yeah. And I've got a truce with him for quite a while. But he is the old, so he'll probably die. Eventually. Now, I've been thinking, somebody suggested I should just create my own empire, and I agree that's a new mechanic. I should probably show that off. I'm trying to kill my uncle or brother, half-brother. Founding a new empire requires 8,000 prestige and a realm size of 180. And now I have the area that would normally be an empire. It's not quite an empire. I think the closest thing I'm to forming is the Windish Empire, and I'm not even close to that. Well, I'm 3 titles off, but I need a few more, 44 things, but I have 51 holdings. So if all of those were in the Windish Empire, I could do it. Creating your own empire requires a ridiculous amount of holdings for what it does, and it would be a lot easier if I was, say, West Francia, and I had 3 times as many holdings in each province. But I only have a few of them that even have 2 holdings, so yeah, it's a tough sell to do that when it's a lot easier to do the other way. That said, being the Empire of Germania is a lot tougher than that. So yeah, we're about 3,000 troops. France has gotten, I guess this was the Asturias, or whatever, and are currently at war with the Umayyads. So yeah, and they're losing to the Umayyads, which means they're currently at half strength. That doesn't necessarily mean that we can do anything about that. We do have enough prestige to buy 2 thingamajigs, but I've used most of my good CBs anyway. If I had the one to, say, subjugate East Francia, then that would be great, but I don't. That'll have to wait till my next king. My current heir is Waldethov, who's actually 15. I've been told this doesn't work anymore, but actually seems like a great person to try to send him off to. I can't make him any worse. I'm terrible. Naive appeaser. I actually get a penalty to my marshal, which is arguably our most important stat. Imprison the Chief of Saxony because he's working in my plot. I only have a couple of people who dislike me. So if that guy ends up with a diplomacy thing, I'll know that it doesn't work anymore. Even the crappy martial one would be better than this. Because 1 diplomacy is not necessarily any good. If he got 1 martial and a penalty diplomacy, that would be better. Although I think that gives a penalty to stewardship or something. The vassals. So Wanko here is the chief of Plock. And he hates me because he's Polish, and I conquered him. This guy really hates me because I've been trying to kill him. He's my half-brother. Got a truce with these guys until next year. August of next year for this guy. I say next year as if it's not almost next year. Yeah, August for both of them. But actually that one's for a year later, so okay. That's fine. So we'll get Stettin, I think this province is. I don't know how you would pronounce that. It looks like something unpronounceable to me, but I'm sure that in Polish it is perfectly pronounceable. I can barely pronounce German or Irish names, so yeah, whatever. I think that's Stettin in German. We can't attack this guy, so we probably should. Although, since the French are distracted, I kind of want to go raiding a little bit. I don't think we technically count as being Viking types. I think we're the only ones who don't, so we probably don't gain the advantage of the thing that gives people ships. I think we're kind of crappy Vikings. If I could culture shift in Norse, that would be much better, but that kind of defeats the purpose of playing as Saxony at the beginning. Actually, I played as Saxony in the beginning because it was much harder than the rest of them. Playing in Scandinavia is super easy. Nobody bothers you. The only holy site our religion doesn't control is Zealand, which is right here. So that's okay. One thing I've always wondered about Paradox games, I was looking at that island up there. Why is Venice... Venice is like right here, and it's not a big-ass island. It's like they make it bigger than the Isle of Man. And the Isle of Man is much, much, much larger than Venice. I don't understand. It's not even an island, it's like canals and stuff in a lagoon. I don't know, whatever. It's for game mechanics purposes to make it hard to get to. Absolutely. So, I wonder... Okay, you just declared war on somebody. Yeah. Okay. Meissen is in Saxony. Pomerania, excuse me. Which I have almost the full control of. This guy controls 2 provinces. If I took Prague... This is a very good province. It's got 5 holding slots. This is all pretty good land, though. I'm afraid that they might have some claims on stuff, so let's try to cut off the... I have a bunch of prisoners. You can only sacrifice a certain amount of them to the gods. So let's get rid of the ones that we can ransom. I'm gonna save the rest of those for blotting. Whatever. Doesn't particularly matter. Oh, crap. Shit. No, I think you guys are wrong. I think that still works. Because that guy's great now. Karelia, ooh, attractive. Yeah, this is nearly perfect. It would be more perfect if it was a Norse lady. There's not that many of those who are unattached, I would think. Nearly perfect. Your humorous rot in your living body! Yeah, that didn't even count for war score. I got another guy. Corellia is clear the fuck over here. So. And I expect Subjad to be killing the shit out of him. Ireland to Cathay. I want to be in the battle so I get killed. Now. Okay. This I'm not too scared about. Just some crap up there. Whatever. This was my retinue. This is why I was still standing there. Oh, look! Easy peasy. What is this war? Oh, that's the war I just joined. Let's not cross. He's actually sieging that. Okay, let's cross the river. Since my vassals are deciding they want to go anyway. Whatevs. Okay, how is the situation going? Still over the Umayyads. Doesn't have a truce with me anymore. Roughly the same amount of troops. We want to see them either winning really well or losing really well to be distraction. If they're winning really well, that means that they've got a lot of ground to cover to get back to us. If they're losing horribly, then they're weak. We're already stronger than them, as far as from a technical standpoint. Will you end this war? No. That's fine. Got another prisoner. Got a truce expiring with Stettin. This is dumb. I have untouched holdings that you are currently sieging. In that army I said was untouched, it's probably out in the middle of nowhere. Hey, give me that stuff. Did I enforce demands? Oh, okay. Yes. Give to me. Okay. So this is Meissen. I don't actually have any of the provinces. Oh no. Here we go. Okay. Well, let's give this crap away then. I could give it to my son, but I'd like control of him. I got another guy, though. I think that'll shake things up a little bit too much. Well... it can't really make it any worse, I guess. I mean, sure it can. Sure it can make it worse. Let's just find a guy. realm. No. Any. No. Men. My religion. My culture. What's this place called? A Myson. Since I'm over my limit, I'll give him lawsuits as well. I can create the duchy, but I don't have enough money. Okay. This should put me roughly below my domain limit anyway. Yeah, well, no, I'm still about at the domain limit. So there's 14 days left on this. 76 for Hakon for Saxony. Who's in that faction? Just Hakon. Preacher in the service, Bishop Gunzel, a preacher in the service of King Karl of West Francia, has arrived in Brandenburg to spread the gospel of their foreign religion. He has little regard for our faith, declaring it sinful, and has explained in detail the horrors we shall suffer in the afterlife unless we mend our ways. It's the horrors to suffer in this life as well, friend. We imprison him, and King Karl doesn't like it very much. King Karl is not a fan of ours in the first place. Not a big deal. Or tell me more of God. And allow him to continue his missionary work. I actually do think we're in a terrible position to actually be Vikings because of our lack of Norse culture. But, yeah, fun times. Horrors! So we get a couple more prisoners. I could sell that guy back to the king. But plotting him, or blotting him would be very fun. So wait for these truces to be up. What's the, thing look like here? One of the best ways to do this, to kind of do what I'm thinking about, I could study technology down here, that would be fine, is to put your spy master like 2 provinces away from where you are, in a good position so that you can see a bunch of provinces around it. Like Pfalz here has quite a lot of direction into this place, although Baden might be better, so I can see all of these provinces. He'd have to come in from this direction to really surprise me. So let's do that. See, I've revealed a lot of his way into me. So let's go raiding in France while we're waiting for our things. Apparently that was somebody with Prague down there, Bohemia. Title looter. You see, I have a pretty good view of these guys. Now they're hostile to me, which is obviously expected. So here I'm looting the oh, did I toggle looter? The holdings here. There's no boat mechanics for this since I boarded the province. Ooh. What's actually going on me? Okay. You do that. See how well that does. Ethelward. Well, clearly the system works the way it used to. Okay, I don't actually need to do anything to stop that. This is a little bit faster. My son Ethelward makes sure everyone gets exactly the same amount. Whatever sweets the cook gives the children, yeah. Just as awesome. So as you can see, we're actually making money because of looting. Don't know why it's not giving me a pop-up or something. We win the war. There we go. The pillaging and looting undertaken in your name has earned you a reputation as a fearsome Viking raider along the coast of Europe. Mothers tucking their children in for the night warn that unless they behave, terrible Fisherman, Scourge of the Seas, will come ashore with his undead warriors and eat them. I like the sound of that. A Viking. Yes. Awesome. We also got a free people. Now we get to do some serious looting. Because the castle's down. Which means we can loot their towns. Children's. Sell them to people who want to buy them. Or sell them to the gods. Yep. Nope. He's actually going plowing. Okay. You know we're Vikings, right? Okay. That's different. Let's get out of here. Bye. Have fun with Umayyads. We liked you good. Okay. They'll leave us alone now. Yes! Let's have a blot. Woohoo! Hakon, as Luneburg has finally decided to come out of hiding, no longer fearful for his life. Well, that's not a good idea. He's doing that over and over. Look. He's got 23 stewardship. Damn. Or entry. It was a bad idea to try to kill him, actually. This guy's actually new. Hey, buddy. Oh, I have to be at peace, so let's stay at peace for a while. I actually gained troops doing that 200%. I'm gonna murder him at the blot. Let's get Majesty. That has good stuff in it. The light infantry. I moved my capital to Brandenburg, so I'm a little bit behind on tech from where I was before. I'm so behind in tech that being in West Francia for tech doesn't really matter. Byzantines are so far ahead of me. I can imprison Hakon. Let's wait until after the blot to do anything. Is there anybody else I can ransom before the blot happens? I didn't want to do that. Christians are worth more. However. The guests have arrived, and the time has come for the blot to begin. You gather outside the temple and start by offering animals as sacrifice to the gods. While their meat is prepared into feast, that is to follow. Blood is sprinkled on the statues of Odin, Thor, Freyr, and the other gods, as well as on the worshippers themselves. How are the humans sacrificed? You eat the humans too? A small yellow pool forms at Casimira's feet. Die! The hatred in her eyes cannot be mistaken. Die! She's peeing too. Stares vacantly ahead without betraying any emotion whatsoever. It seems she has accepted her fate. She's probably been in prison for a long time. troops. Sacrifice over! Yay! Morsels of food and clean-picked bone fly everywhere from the direction of Godey's cigarette. As he greedily stuffs himself with the delicacy served at the table. Suddenly his face turns a strange shade of green and he rushes toward the exit, but only makes it as far as Erdwulf. He starts retching his stomach and contents into poor Erdwulf's lap. Gross. We got all the money now. From the pillagings. The feast is over! Huzzah! Let's go raid France again. Actually, let's conquer this. And we have our truce is over with you too. Let's conquer this too. Fuck it. To war! Yes, do it! Those things are death traps. My co-conspirator Godey Ethelwald has sent word that the carriage Hakon is traveling on will soon suffer an unfortunate accident, leaving no survivors. Good. Unfortunately, they're not being idiots. Forgot to turn off looting. Poor Erdwulf. He was the guy who got puked on. I have dudes here. I get my son Viking too. A book without a title was pushed in my hand. Bloody blue! Piety! Yes! Success! The carriage that was sent flying over the edge of a cliff with Hakon still in it. The driver I bribed. This has been dealt with, leaving no loose ends that can tie me to the event. Shame on such a nice carriage, though. Aw. He died in us under suspicious circumstances. Meaning I murdered him. Did I inherit his land? I don't think I did. But that is fine. A Waldathop did. That is unfortunate. Hakon is dead. Caught my young ward, Ethelward, torturing a rat behind the stables today. We do really want to pump marshals, so Cruel is kind of good. Because it increases morale damage, but it makes your vassals not like you as well. Give him the kind trait. It doesn't... I've learned to love books instead. It gives you penalty to intrigue, but not to martial. See how much a high intrigue helped my brother. Yeah. Whatever. Gavelkind being Gavelkind, I can't really do anything about the whole... having all kinds of bad stuff. I'm gonna give this title away while at war. Is this all the same? This is Pomeralia, and this is Pomerania. let's create Pomerania. Actually, let's create Mazovia and give it to this guy. So that Plock will no longer be my problem. Yeah. That's probably a good idea. Okay. But I still have 3 extra provinces. So, since there really is any reason not to, I could land my other son. I think the reason why he's getting all the land, you can see... Oh, Theodoric of Silesia is now the main heir, looks like. Although Ethelward is getting Brandenburg and Stettin. Yeah, I knew that was Stettin. Let's give him Stettin anyway. And we'll guess this Pomerania... Pomerania... I don't have enough to do that. I'd like to keep some of these coastal provinces in case I do get the boat events, actually. I don't know, let's get rid of Great Poland. I think I'll stay his guardian. No. Yeah, okay. You will. I will stay as a guardian. Cool. So I'll have to create Greater Poland for him. So now we got a bunch of landed sons. We're Viking! Get off me, so I can go raiding.